Linux hovers around 3 to 4% of desktops worldwide. That's growth. But for something that's been around this long, why only 3 to 4%? We blame performance, we blame compatibility, but let's talk about the real elephant in the room, the terminal, and the myth you have to use it. Let's debunk that. First, you don't have to use the terminal to install apps. Most modern Linux distributions include an app store, just like your phone. You search, you click install, that's it. Not a single command required. And many developers even provide direct Linux download links, just like Windows or macOS. You need a terminal to install drivers though. Not necessarily. Many distributions include a built-in driver manager that handles GPU, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth drivers through a simple interface. Yes, your mileage can vary depending on the distro, but on systems like Fedora-based distros, driver support is often built in. What about installing system updates? You still need the terminal for that, right? You don't. Updates can be handled entirely through a graphical interface, system packages, flatpaks, all in one place. And unlike some operating systems, you're not forced to update on someone else's schedule. But the terminal is dangerous. It can be, but so can editing the Windows registry, and realistically, you don't accidentally type advanced destructive commands. Power requires intent. Even if it's not dangerous, you have to memorize commands. While I personally memorized a small handful of commands, 9 times out of 10, most simply copy and paste the command into the terminal from a forum post or AI. It's beneficial to know some commands if you want to speed up a process, but it's not required. Only real Linux users use the terminal. That mindset is part of the problem. Tools don't define legitimacy, outcomes do. If you're getting your work done, gaming, browsing, creating, you're using Linux. The terminal is a tool, not an identity. So if you don't actually need the terminal for daily use, why does this myth still exist? Linux started as a personal project, but its early growth happened in developer and server environments. The command line was central to how it was used and how it was taught. That culture shaped its reputation, even as the desktop experience evolved. The terminal became more than a tool, it became part of the identity. Linux doesn't stay at 3 to 4% because it's incapable. It stays there because perception lags behind reality. The terminal isn't the problem. The myth that's required is. And if Linux wants to grow, it has to feel usable before it feels powerful. I'm JustSomeTechie. Catch you on the next one. See ya then.